The only people who don't want to disclose the truth are people with something to hide.
Barack Obama, when he was running for president in 2008, didn't have a draft registration card, so he had one manufactured. That's the only thing. That's the only explanation, because it's a forgery. And this was done in 2008. Okay, there was a guy from Texas that started digging into this in February of 2008. The document didn't show up until September, October, or something like that. DebbieSchlussel.com has that all documented if you want to look at it. And this document appeared. So somebody during the Bush administration within the Selective Service System manufactured this document on behalf of Barack Obama. What I want to know is, why are there no patriots out there that will say, yeah, I know who did it, or I did it, I know who did it and why, and let's get this out in the open. Why is no one doing anything? That drives me crazy.
As well as me. And I hope that some of Sheriff Arpaio's investigation is going to get into that. I know he announced recently, and he's told me personally, that they're very close to getting the person who actually forged and fabricated the fraudulent birth certificate that appeared on the White House website. Well, that was real easy to determine that it was a fake and a fraud. I mean, but this was a non-issue to me until Sheriff Arpaio started that investigation. It really was a non-issue because it was going nowhere. There was no substantiated evidence. No one ever conducted a formal and independent investigation. And then here's Sheriff Arpaio, the first sheriff in American history, to literally conduct a criminal investigation on the President of the United States. And so now we know that, but I mean, why isn't the person who helped fabricate all of these things and people who know about it not coming forward sooner? And I can't believe that, I know the person who has done this. They're all fearing for their lives, obviously, but it's time to come forward. The more light you shed on this, the less likely you are to be killed or hurt or put away. So, man, I wish that they would just man up and come out with it. Whoever they hired, whoever they had volunteered to do the birth certificate, it was I would say it has to be a young person who is very savvy with current computer digitalization and computer techniques, and an IT specialist of today. It's not somebody who really realized that back in '63 when Obama was born, that it would have been a font used on a typewriter, not on a computer. Right. And so they blew that, obviously. That was the first thing they really made a huge mistake on. And so they didn't copy the font off of other birth certificates in Hawaii at the time. And not only that, they didn't even get it in the right numericals chronological order.
Right.
But there's a lot of things there, and you can, it's a 9 layers, as the Detective Zulo can explain, that I'm sure that he's explained it on this program before. So we don't need to belabor that. I mean, it's obvious. It's all a fraud. Obama is a fraud. If Obama wanted to do nothing about this, he would have been a lot better off. He should have never succumbed to the pressure to submit this fraudulent document, because he didn't commit a crime. He committed a crime becoming president and lying, but he didn't commit fraud until he issued that fraudulent document. And then now, it's something that people can have in their hand, and it's now evidence against him. And that's why they're saying nothing about it, because they know darn well that Sheriff Arpaio has the goods on him.
Jeff from Dallas, I've got just a minute or so. You got a question for the sheriff?
Yes, it's actually Mark from Dallas. I'm a gunslinger in the chat room. I just wanted to say to Sheriff Mack there, sir, you are a definite patriot to this country, and I take my hat off to you. Okay. Yeah, but I got two quick questions on Obama, if I like to call him Obama. Doesn't it state somewhere in the Constitution or something prior to it that his parents must be natural-born citizens? His mother was, okay, but his father was born in Kenya. That's well documented. Okay,
right.
Just like Senator Ted Cruz, he's from Canada. He could not be eligible to be president of the United States.
That is correct. I've tried to say that to a lot of people, and Ted Cruz cannot run for president of the United States.
Yeah, because of his parents and him.
I like Ted, you know, and I've met him
Yeah.
several times. He's kind of a friend of mine, but he can't run for president.
The only people who don't want to disclose the truth are people with something to hide.